Every win, every game is important. We all know that. But when you can go on the road and win on the road, those guys, they start getting a little extra juice, a little extra momentum, and it's always good to finish a game on the road with a win.
Really excited for opportunity to go out and get our second win, back-to-back wins with this new regime. Excited about the opportunity to go out to another venue, all right, and get a chance to get a win also. So,
Look, and his team's playing hard and they play smart. They don't make mistakes, and that's why they're winning games.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is going to be a short video. It's week 11. We're heading to the Meadowlands. It's snowy out. It's also hunting season here in Michigan. And I've been having some serious technical difficulties. So instead of just not putting a video out, you're going to get a really condensed version. I got a whole page of notes here that we're just going to fly right through. So hold on to your hats, fellas, because it's coming hot and heavy. Let's get into it.
Welcome to Detroit!
All right, hey everybody, welcome back. As you know, I'm Hat and Beard. Please, before we get down the line, go ahead and click like and subscribe on the video. It really helps me grow the channel. And drop a comment down below. Let me know how your week's been, what's going on with you. If you're here in Michigan, let me know. Do you have any success out hunting deer this year? Because I haven't seen nothing. But you know what? At least we're out in the great wilderness enjoying nature in all of its glory. Let's dive and run right onto some notes, shall we, fellas?
Remember, Sally, when I promised to kill you last?
That's right, Major. You did.
I lied.
On the injury front, guys, we got some good news coming in. It looks like this week we might see the return of Romeo Okwara to the lineup, which will benefit, again, our entire pass rush. I don't want to dive too much into it, guys. We're condensed for time. Josh Reynolds is back at practice, and DJ Shark, for whatever good that means, has been back at practice. I could give a shit less about DJ Shark, but Josh Reynolds coming back is a huge boost. You guys know how I feel about Josh Reynolds. You guys know how I feel about Josh Reynolds and his connection with Jared Goff in this offense, and it'll also alleviate a little bit of stress off of Amon-Ra St. Brown. I know Amon-Ra can shoulder the load, but it makes his life a lot easier when there's another target for Jared Goff to throw the ball to. Also, you guys, the most important news on the injury front is that Jameson Williams is scheduled to return to practice with the Lions after Thanksgiving break.
If we could somehow harness this lightning, channel it into the flux capacitor.
Which is awesome, guys, because we're running a little light on the wide receiver core. And I know I've been saying that we should probably just shelve him and keep him for next year, but man, if we can compile some wins here and actually start to get into the swing of things, maybe start to get into the hunt of the playoffs, Jameson Williams could be a huge boost. I mean, we're starting to get guys back as we're starting to trend up. Everything is tilting in Detroit's favor. So let's try and temper our expectations, fellas, but I'm sure you can guess I'm over here getting all hot and heavy and hot and bothered about it, you guys.
I don't want lunch. I want breakfast.
Yeah, well, hey, I'm really sorry.
Now let's talk about the Lions matchup and how we square off against the New York Giants. The Giants have a decent record, and as you guys know, I was kind of really opining over Brian Daboll and what he's been able to do with the New York Football Giants. And it is admirable, but they are not that good. They are actually kind of a paper tiger, guys. Let's dive into it. The Giants average, 17 points a game? They're all run, all defense, which is fine. It's how you got to win football games, man, but they rely too much on Saquon Barkley. This is a rinse and repeat last game, okay? Exactly how we went out and we attacked the Chicago Bears is exactly how we need to go out and we need to attack the New York Football Giants. The New York Football Giants play smart football. They run the ball, they pass on occasion, they punt when they need to, and they have strong defense. That's how you win football games in the NFL, fellas.
Is that a fact? That's a fact.
And subsequently, that's what we're going to turn around and do right to them. If we can contain Saquon Barkley, I'm not saying you're going to stop Saquon Barkley. Saquon Barkley is the best running back in the game. Arguably, maybe Derrick Henry, but I would rather take, I think Saquon Barkley does more with the ball in his hands than Derrick Henry. I mean, Derrick Henry, I'm not saying he's a one-trick pony. I'm just saying Saquon Barkley is a little bit more elusive out of the backfield. He adds a receiving element that Derrick Henry maybe hasn't been utilized so much in his career. He isn't known for his pass-catching ability. Saquon Barkley is essentially another wide receiver out of the backfield, much like DeAndre Swift is, okay? So we utilize those players similarly, right?
I'll just watch any of his runs. He may get hit sometimes or stalemated, but if you don't wrap him up, he'll turn the corner, and he has the speed to finish. So, electric back, dynamic.
If we can contain Saquon Barkley, similar to how we contain, make him have to beat us. Make Saquon Barkley have to have a perfect game. If we can hiccup him up at all, Daniel Jones is not so great. So if we're gonna have to put the ball in Daniel Jones's hands, there is a strong favorability that we're gonna come out with the W on this. Now, I'm not saying that's just an automatic thing. There's a lot of things in our favor that have to go the same way. The Lions are like one of the top teams in big burst plays, big splash plays. We think we've got like several plays over 27 yards. But the Giants are one of the best teams at containing big plays. So if we're going to have to really grind this out, which again is exactly what we need to do. We do not need to be going out and making splash plays. We need to be having long, methodical drives, keeping Saquon Barkley and the offense off the field. I think that our offense, if you match up our offense against their defense, yeah, their defense has some players. They got some bright spots. They're not terrible. They're a lot better than our defense, but our offense overall grades out better than their defense. And I think that our offensive line, I think what we're going to see is if this weather holds up and it's nice and cold, like it has been now out in the Meadowlands, man, you're going to see a lot of Jay Willie, a lot of run game. I don't expect to, Goff probably throw the ball maybe 20 times. Let's be real. If we can control the game, if we can make Daniel Jones have to beat us with his very unimpressive arm. I know the Giants have a few big plays to Darius Slayton, and Darius Slayton is a grossly underrated wide receiver. I don't know why coaching staffs refuse to use him. Maybe he's an asshole, kind of like TJ Hawkinson. Make Daniel Jones have to throw the ball. Our DBs are better than their wide receivers. Plain and simple. They traded away their best wide receiver, Kadarius Toney, and I mean, who else they got? Darius Slayton, yeah, he can make plays. You gonna tell me Kenny Galladay is the Kenny Galladay revenge game narrative? Is that what you're gonna hang your hat on? Nah, I wouldn't hang my hat on that. Kenny Galladay's busted, dude. He's a piece of shit. Look, guys, it's pretty simple. Play smart football like you did against Chicago. Commit very few penalties. Don't turn the ball over. Run the ball well. Play solid defense. And Dan Campbell, you took my advice early. You need to keep taking my advice this week too. You take the fucking points. Take the fucking points, Dan. Dan Campbell, you go out and you take them fucking points, all right? There's no reason that we cannot beat the New York Giants. There's no reason that we need to go out and lose this game. There is every reason for us to go out and capitalize on our momentum and get 2 back-to-back road wins. You know how awesome that would be for Dan Campbell, not just to get his first road victory, but then to pile on 2 in a row on a 3-game winning streak and in a momentum-shifting winning streak here of 3 games. That would be awesome. We could be righting the ship right here, fellas. We could be course correcting this whole season, and maybe the tanks can come back into the shop. Maybe bring them back off the line a little bit. Maybe we don't need to tank this whole season. Maybe we can make a mid to late season push, man. Maybe everything will kind of start to turn in our direction. I don't know, man. I don't want to get too high and heavy on that shit, man. But golly, fellas, it would be nice. Wouldn't that just be awesome? So it's pretty simple. I stated before. Run the ball, time possession, smart offense, play good defense. Don't turn the ball over. The good thing about the New York Giants is that with Daniel Jones being the type of... We've played mobile quarterbacks already. We played Fields, we played Hurts, Geno Smith's got some maneuverability in him. If we can utilize this game as a trial run for what Josh Allen's going to be bringing to Ford Field on Thanksgiving Day, because Daniel Jones doesn't have the arm. He's not as athletic as Josh Allen, but he's essentially your scout team Josh Allen. If any team was going up against Josh Allen and they had a Daniel Jones, they would utilize him to mimic Josh Allen. Josh Allen has a lot more weapons. The Bills are a lot better of a team than the Giants. There's no arguing that. I mean, the Bills are one of the top 3-4 teams in the league right now. They are a Super Bowl favorite coming out of the AFC. Let's be honest. They're up there, man. They're a good team, dude, and they barely beat the Minnesota Vikings. If anything, they beat themselves against the Vikings. But we can utilize this to practice for what we're going to be facing with Josh Allen. We need to make our tackles. We need to not let Saquon get out there and just torch us the way that he is more than capable of doing, okay? So if we can eliminate the Saquon Barkley effect and put the ball in Daniel Jones' hands, it's not that hard. The Giants average 17 points a game, dude. I know we let up a lot of points, dude, but we can easily score. If we score 24 points, there's no reason why we shouldn't win this game, fellas. There's no reason why we shouldn't win this game if we can score 24 points. The Giants' offense is not that potent. Their defense can be taken advantage of. We have the personnel, we have the players to do this, guys. It can happen. So I'm gonna say, look, Lions are gonna win 28-17 on Sunday. Jared Goff throws for 20 passes. Jared Goff's going to complete 16 of them, 6 of them to St. Brown, but they're all going to be short passes. They're all going to be short. I don't expect him to go deep unless the weather changes. I mean, there's no reason to. Grind the clock. Just keep their offense off the field. Keep your defense fresh, man. and do the same thing you did against Chicago, baby. Let's go. It's not that hard. It's not that hard. I got a good feeling, man. Everything's tilting in our direction, guys. It's turning around. It could happen. Let's do this, fellas. I hope everyone's having a good week. I hope if you're out hunting this week, I hope it's gone really well for you. I hope you're getting all the bucks, all the does, dropping them. If it's brown, it's down. Make sure you register them with the state because they are clamping down on all them assholes. I know. Isn't it so lovely to ask the king, may I hunt in your woods? You have permission to hunt in my woods during these 2 weeks. Oh, thank you, my lord. And if you're not a hunter, I hope you're having a good year. I hope this snow hasn't fucked you up too much. Stay off the roads. Don't be an asshole. Put it in 4-wheel drive. Make sure you got some weight in the back of your truck. Fellas, have yourselves a good weekend. Let's go to the Meadowlands and get a big W. Let's keep this momentum going, fellas. Let's do it. Have a good weekend. We'll catch you guys on Monday. I've been Hattenbeard. You've been an attentive audience. See you later. Peace.
Time to 23 Skidoo. Or should I say 69 Skidoo.